Alright, so I'm gonna try to make this quick. I'm hiding right now because my whole family's outside. I don't want them to know what I'm doing quite yet. I was gonna make this video a lot cooler, but my laptop stopped working for the 4th time, so I've got to do it like this. My name is Melissa, and I'm making this video to ask for your support by signing a petition that I wrote to the Obama administration. The petition is regarding Donald Trump, and I said that we the people demand that Donald Trump be disqualified from candidacy for president on the grounds that he dodged the draft in Vietnam. I can't really prove a whole lot. Like, all I know is from looking online, and it says that Donald Trump received 5 deferrals so that he didn't have to go to Vietnam. The first 4 were for college. He graduated and then immediately went to college at Fordham University. So he received 4 collegiate study deferrals. And then, as soon as he graduated, he got his letter from the United States Army that said, all right, you're done with school. Here's the physical that you had in 1966, where you were deemed fit for active duty as soon as you graduate. So, and all throughout college, he played basketball, football, strapping lad, as far as I can tell. And so he got that letter, and then a few months later in his records, it shows that he got another United States Army physical, and this one said that suddenly he was injured. He had a medical problem that made him unavailable unless it was an emergency. And it was later changed in 1972 to a 4F medical deferral, which means your condition is so dire that you are never going to be able to serve in the military for the United States of America. Donald has said himself that he has bone spurs or foot spurs in his heel. That's what it was. That's why he didn't go to Vietnam. Although he can't remember which heel. And his campaign put out that Donald didn't go to Vietnam. It's just because his lottery wasn't called. Because at the time, they had a lottery to decide when to call up troops. So his campaign is saying something totally different than what Donald is saying. And Donald's records show that it was a medical deferral. So why is his campaign saying that it's because his lottery wasn't called? Is it because they don't want to focus on that fact? I'll put a link to the petition below. And I don't know if it has any grounds, but I don't think the people of America know this about Donald Trump. We know that he is a liar. We know that he's a cheater. We know that the institution of marriage means nothing to him, whether it be his own or someone else's. We know that he's a double talker. We know that he's racist. We know that he's a misogynist. Maybe you don't agree with me about all of these things, maybe just some of them. But these are the things that I believe about him. But what we don't know is that he's a draft dodger. Most of us don't anyway. I think the language I use in my petition is that he evaded the draft. But, you know, I'm just trying to do what I can to spread awareness about something in Donald's past that I don't think that he wants our country to know about. Because to be all of those things, that's one thing. But to purposefully evade the draft that is something completely different. And if you ask me, that's a big middle finger to patriotism itself and what it means to be an American. I wanted to give a little personal touch to this by saying that my dad signed up to go to Vietnam. He willingly did. As soon as he turned 18, he signed up and he went to Vietnam. He was in the Air Force, and he ended up flying through Agent Orange countless times. And when he got back after his service was up, his body started to, his immune system progressively disintegrated in the way that it started to attack his own organs, his own body in a progressive order. He's had kidney failure, liver failure. He's diabetic where he wasn't before, colitis. He doesn't have a colon. They had to remove it because it was precancerous. My dad received a liver transplant in 2001 at the University of Washington, and that's why he's alive today. After years and years and years of being on the transplant list and being so sick, he was almost going to die if we hadn't received the gift of life from our family's donor. The grace that saved my dad and saved our family. So this is my dad. In his Air Force uniform. And this is my dad. Right after he had his transplant, he was in the hospital and he didn't have much longer. So this is one of the truest miracles I can think of. Here he's laying, his head's right there. He has a big Mercedes sign and he healed curved over, so he'll never be able to put his back straight again. His kidneys started functioning on their own miraculously. His liver, his body's never rejected his liver, but he spent the rest of his life ill. And he's so much better now, and we are so grateful to have him. But, he's been sick ever since Vietnam. And not only did it affect my dad's health, but my sister is developmentally disabled, and we've recently learned from the Department of Veterans Affairs that many vets of Vietnam that were in contact with Agent Orange, their children have so many different birth defects, and developmental disability is one of them. And my dad just learned he's never had benefits, he's never had, he's never complained. He's proud that he served. But we just learned that he might be able to get some benefits, farther down the road, and benefits for my sister as well, because it's that widespread, it's that common. So Agent Orange in Vietnam have affected our family in countless ways, but my dad would never change it for the world, and neither would we. I'm proud of my dad. We're all proud of my dad, and he would never even talk about this. But I'm telling you this because I want to know. I want to know, Donald Trump, what were you doing that was so important that you couldn't join the rest of this country, the men and the women that went and fought for our country? What made you so much better? Or if you were really injured, why don't you have proof? Why has nobody been able to find the records of it? So as my petition says, we the people demand irrefutable evidence and proof of your 4F medical deferment. Otherwise, we the people demand that President Obama disqualifies you, disqualifies your candidacy for president and any other elected office. If you agree that Donald Trump doesn't represent who we are as American people, then I ask that you share this video, share it on your Facebook, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, anywhere. I need 150 signatures by April 6th, I believe. No, I'm sorry. I need 150 signatures to make the petition go live so that other people can see it. I can't even see the signature count right now, but I just made it and I just shared it with Facebook. So, and then after that, I need 100,000 signatures. Hi, Lola. That means he's coming. I need 100,000 signatures by April 6th so that it will land on President Obama's desk. So I'm really hoping that if you guys agree with me, you will share this, pass it on, and thank you so much for your time. Bye, Dad. Bye, Dad.